Hidalgo County employees. My name is Diana Salinas and I am the Hidalgo County Employee Wellness Program Coordinator. On this episode of the Wellness Exchange, I will be showcasing 2 recipes for fruit and vegetable juices. More specifically though, I am using this opportunity to provide insight into how these fruits and vegetables are beneficial to our bodies and how the micronutrients within them can help us combat diseases, maintain longevity, and lead healthier lifestyles. These are recipes I have made myself on multiple occasions, so I know they are very tasty. Don't be hesitant to try these recipes at home, even if some of the ingredients aren't ones you're familiar with. A disclaimer, always caution against foods that you may be allergic to and consult your doctor or a registered dietitian if you are unsure about implementing a new food into your diet. The recipes used in today's video will be left in the description box below. For the purpose of this video, I will be using the term phytonutrient frequently. A phytonutrient is a bioactive plant-derived compound that is known to have positive effects on the body. Phytonutrients are found in practically all types of fruits and vegetables in different ways, and they often help with different functions within the body. I'll begin this demonstration by going over some of the materials you may need to make this juice recipe at home. First, a juicer. I purchased this juicer about 6 years ago and it has continued to serve me well. Differences among juicer brands and styles are not that large, but if you are interested in purchasing one, it is always best to do some research and see which one would best fit your budget and needs. Also, a warning that juicers do operate at a high volume. Now, let me be the first to say that you do not need a juicer to make any of these recipes at home. You can simply utilize a blender and a fine strainer. Both of these you can find at your local grocery store. You would simply utilize the blender to blend all of the ingredients and then process them through this strainer and into a bowl. Just as easy as that. Other materials you may need would include napkins to clean up any spills and a pitcher for each juice recipe you will be making. Another item I use to help with cleanup is a plastic grocery store bag. I place this in the large waste container of my juicer to catch the pulp that the juicer discards from the fruits and vegetables. This can be thrown in a waste receptacle or you can also be used in compost to feed your plants. Today I will be demonstrating how to make 2 different juices. For each recipe, the order in which you juice your fruits and vegetables is not important, as long as they are evenly distributed and stirred once they are transferred to a pitcher. The first recipe is a green juice that is full of micronutrients to help support normal and healthy bodily functions. The first ingredient you will need is 1 bunch of kale. I am using curly kale today, but there are a few other varieties you can find at the store. The main difference being a slight increase or decrease in the bitter flavor of the plant. If you are using curly kale, an additional step is required to remove the leaves from the stems. You will only want to use the leaves for this juice. Kale is a well-known superfood nowadays for its many health properties. Kale is a member of the cruciferous family, and a quick fact, it is actually derived from the mustard seed plant, along with its cousins broccoli, cabbage, and Brussels sprouts. It is rich in vitamin A, which is great for healthy vision and immune function. Vitamin K, which is a fat-soluble vitamin needed in the body to assist certain proteins in blood clotting and producing healthy bone tissue. Vitamin B6, which is a water-soluble vitamin that contains specific markers that assist with more than 100 types of enzymes in breaking down macronutrients and supporting immune and brain function. Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, is a water-soluble vitamin that is excellent for controlling infections and healing within the body. It is a powerful antioxidant and is needed to create collagen in the body. Kale also contains other micronutrients such as calcium, commonly known for producing healthy bones and teeth. It's also needed for blood clotting, maintaining normal heart rhythms, and helping muscles to contract. Potassium, which helps to maintain normal fluid levels in our cells and assist muscles in contracting and supporting normal blood pressure. Another fun fact, potassium contains a small electrical charge that activates a variety of nerve and cell functions within the body. Kale is a powerful superfood, as you can see, and it can assist with many other important functions. The next ingredient you will need for this juice is 2 large green apples. It is important to leave the skin on the apples, as this is where the majority of the benefits within the apple come from. The apple can be cored or sliced, just up to allow for easier processing. Apples contain a phytonutrient known as pectin that is a soluble fiber. A soluble fiber is known for preventing constipation. When pectin reaches the colon, it is actually fermented by beneficial bacteria. and this fermented pectin can play an additional role in preventing chronic diseases. Apples also contain another phytonutrient known as quercetin, which has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Apples contain vitamin K, C, and vitamin A. Overall, apples are great for digestive health. The next ingredient is 1 whole lemon. Cut the lemon in half and remove the seeds. You can leave the lemon peel on or remove it depending on your preference. For this recipe, I went ahead and left the peel on the lemon. It is well known that lemons are an excellent source of vitamin C, which, as I previously mentioned, is great for healing infections and wounds. Additionally, the vitamin C and fiber found in lemons has been shown to reduce some risk factors of heart disease, such as reducing blood cholesterol levels. Lemons contain citric acid as well. Both citric acid and vitamin C assist the body in absorbing iron from other ingested food sources. Lemons also contain the soluble fiber pectin within the pulp, which is known to improve digestive health, which I mentioned previously. You will also need 1 cucumber. Be sure to rinse the cucumber and chop it into small spears or smaller pieces before juicing. Leave the skin on the cucumber as this will provide the most nutrient content. Cucumbers are high in fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, and other micronutrients such as magnesium, potassium, and manganese. Cucumbers contain antioxidants which assist in immune function and can reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Cucumbers are actually about 96% water, which means they are an additional source of hydration in addition to your daily water intake. The high water content in cucumbers, as well as the available fiber, can also play a role in maintaining healthy bowel movements. The next ingredient for this juice recipe is pineapple. Pineapple will help to add a subtle sweet flavor to the earthiness of the kale. You will need about half of a regular-sized pineapple. Be careful when preparing the pineapple for juicing. I usually prepare a pineapple by chopping off the top and the bottom portions, then carefully using a knife to remove the skin around each side of the pineapple. I will then cut into spears or cubes and then use that to toss into the juicer or blender. Pineapples are loaded with nutrients such as fiber, vitamin C, manganese, vitamin B6, potassium, magnesium, and other important minerals. Pineapples contain a large amount of vitamin C and manganese. We have heard previously about the benefits of vitamin C, but manganese is important for growth and metabolism. And it contains antioxidants which fight off inflammation that can lead to chronic diseases or cancers within the body. Many of the antioxidants within the pineapple are actually bound antioxidants. This means they produce longer lasting effects within the body. Pineapples contain a group of digestive enzymes known as bromelain. Bromelain helps to break down protein molecules, which makes them more easily absorbed by the small intestine. Pineapples are also a good source of fiber, which additionally aid in digestive health. Now, the last ingredient for this juice recipe is ginger. Some people may be hesitant to include ginger in this recipe because of its potent flavor. However, I strongly encourage just trying a small 1-inch piece of ginger to your juice. Simply cut off the piece of ginger from the larger portion, scrub it under water, and send it to the juicer or the blender. Ginger is known to aid in nausea and vomiting relief. It assists food along its path from the stomach and along the digestive tract, which means it doesn't let food sit in the stomach for long, which can lead to fermentation and constipation, which reduces bloating and gas. Ginger also contains antioxidants and contains some anti-inflammatory compounds as well. That wraps up the first recipe for today's video. Now we will move on to the second and final recipe, which is a magenta flavored juice. The star ingredient of this juice is beets. For this recipe, you will need 2 large beets. After washing them, chop off the top and the bottom sections and cut into large chunks to juice. Beets are a superfood indeed. They aid in many bodily processes, and studies have shown that they can improve lifestyles. Beets contain folate or vitamin B9. Folate is involved in protein metabolism and assists in forming DNA and RNA within the body. Folate helps to produce healthy red blood cells and is highly important during phases of growth, for example, in pregnancy and fetal development. Beets also contain magnesium, which assists enzymes in carrying out important chemical reactions within the body, such as regulating blood sugar and blood pressure. And magnesium acts as an electrical conductor that allows muscles to contract and the heart to beat steadily. Beets also contain potassium, iron, zinc, copper, selenium, manganese, and vitamin C. Although beetroot can contain somewhat of a higher sugar content, it actually can help lower blood pressure. This is because the natural sugars of the beetroot are released slowly in the body, which prevents sudden sugar spikes. Betalains are a phytonutrient within beets that produce the bright red pigment within the vegetable. Betalains provide anti-inflammatory properties within the body. When beetroot is ingested, it ultimately reduces nitrate to nitric oxide in the stomach. Nitric oxide assists with functions in the tissue and blood, such as regulation of blood flow, oxygen consumption, and muscle contraction and relaxation, which overall lead to enhanced skeletal muscle function, which would result in greater cardiorespiratory performance. These effects may be undermined by caffeine intake. But as you can see, beets are another superfood that can play a role in our health. The next ingredient in the recipe are 2 red apples. After washing, remove the core and slice into spears. Add them to the juicer or blender. Leave the skin on the apples, as this may help with the majority of the nutrient content. Red apples are high in fiber and contain vitamin C. Apples contain a phytonutrient known as pectin. That is a soluble fiber. Soluble fiber is known for preventing constipation. And as mentioned previously, pectin is also known to be fermented by beneficial bacteria within the colon, which again can play a role in preventing chronic diseases. Apples also contain another phytonutrient known as quercetin, which has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. The third ingredient of the recipe is carrots. Take about 3 to 4 medium-sized carrots and cut off the tops and the bottoms. Rinse them thoroughly and then they're ready to be juiced. Carrots contain vitamin A, which is known for aiding in healthy vision and immune function. Vitamin K1, which promotes blood and bone health. Vitamin B6, which plays an important role in the function of food being converted into energy. Carrots also contain biotin, which plays an important role in fat and protein metabolism, and potassium, which helps to regulate blood pressure. Studies show that carrots have a bioavailability of phenolic compounds, which is a phytonutrient. Ingesting these phenolic compounds has been related to positive health impacts within the body. These favorable health impacts include, but are not limited to, anti-inflammatory properties, maintenance of normal blood glucose and cholesterol levels, and they are known to have anti-aging properties as well as anti-carcinogenic properties, which means that they can lower your risk of developing cancer. Carrots contain a phytochemical known as carotenoids. These are responsible for the orange color that some varieties of carrots have. Beta-carotene is one of the more widely known carotenoids. These provide a large source of vitamin A, which is excellent for immune functions and maintaining healthy eyesight. There are a few other phytonutrients or plant-derived compounds that assist in many functions of the body, such as reducing the risk of cancer and heart disease, and promoting healthy eye function. The fourth ingredient of the Magenta Juice is oranges. To prepare the oranges to be juiced, slice them into quarters and remove the seeds. The oranges can be juiced with the peel on or off, but for this recipe, I have left them on. Oranges are notorious for being high in vitamin C. As previously mentioned, vitamin C is excellent for aiding in illnesses and healing the body from wounds. Oranges are also a source of potassium, calcium, and folate. Oranges have several phytonutrients that contribute to their many health benefits. Carotenoids, which provide oranges with their bright orange color, and flavonoids both provide an antioxidant properties to the body. Antioxidants protect our cells from damage. Studies have shown that consuming oranges at an optimal level can reduce the risk of heart disease and other chronic diseases. Now, the last ingredient for this juice recipe is, again, ginger. Now again, don't be afraid to try some ginger in this juice. Just add one small 1-inch piece of ginger. Simply cut off the piece of the ginger from the larger portion, scrub it under some water, and then you can go ahead and put it in the juicer or blender. Ginger is known to aid in nausea and vomiting relief. It assists food along its path down the stomach and along the digestive tract, which means it doesn't let food sit in the stomach for longer than we would like it to, which can cause it to lead to fermentation and constipation. Ginger also contains antioxidants and contains some anti-inflammatory compounds as well. That wraps up the second and final recipe for today's video. Now you know how and why these fruits and vegetables are beneficial to your health. Thank you so much for watching this episode of the Wellness Exchange, and if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like this video below. Cheers.
That's really good.